Welcome to Leadership Lunch Break. Today, you will walk away with energy, both internal as well as external. But what I really want you to walk away with is a system, quick, 3 simple steps that you could take anytime you've ever felt stuck or overwhelmed, or even if you feel like you failed. So, with that said, let me get into the story aspect of this. Did you know that fake teeth don't glow under a black light? I'm reminded of this today on Halloween, as well as every single global night. This is something that I experience all the time because one day I lost a battle with physics. You see, I live my life by one very simple principle: fail forward. And today I'm going to give you the 3 most important words to me that keep me moving forward. My unplanned physics experiment, testing the question, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Yeah, I performed that experiment and it didn't go quite as planned. It wasn't done under the best conditions. I was absolutely the very stoppable force running at top speeds, looking back at my pursuer when I met the unyielding pole attached to the swing set that I loved to enjoy back at Springfield Elementary. And you know what? The result was a broken nose, a bruised ego, and basically a dental bill if invested back then in 1992 would absolutely afford a fully loaded Cybertruck today. So I want you to understand, I don't just embrace failure, I invite it in. I have many superpowers, believe it or not, one of which I can find every single water pipe in my house while trying to hang photos with a single nail. But my favorite superpower is just this ability to push all the way to failure and then learn from it. I once tried 7 times to procure a leadership role. And one of them, I even wrote the job description for myself. And yet I failed to land the plane. I didn't stop and wallow. Every single time I asked myself, what do I learn? What could I do better? Because that's what's within my power. Failure isn't the enemy. The enemy is within the answer to the question, who am I after I fail? Am I a fixed mindset type of person who's stuck? Or am I accountable for my forward momentum by actions that align with my purpose? Each failure fuels my fire towards my mission. And my mission, actually, it's crazy. Every time I say it, I love it. But every time I say it, people are just like, how? And my mission is to help 9.5 million people. Now, that is stretched over the next 15 years. So it's not like I'm going to get on TikTok and have millions of followers and be able to help every single one of them. No, I am dedicated to my mission for at least 15 years. It will continue on, I know. And with compound effect at my back, I will absolutely be successful in that endeavor. So, what 3 words keep me going? What words do I repeat over and over again to myself, especially in those moments of failure and overwhelm? It's just one more. This could be just one more attempt. This could be just one more failure. It's just one more lesson learned. So one thing that we often have, it's contrary to the conventional wisdom, is that you learn more from failure than you do success. But we avoid that failure. So therefore, we can't find the success because we can't find the opportunities to learn. But with this in mind, I want to share with you how I have achieved the title of King of Mount Stupid. There is this bias called the Dunning-Kruger effect. This occurs when an inexperienced individual overestimates their skill set and knowledge. Here's how it looks. On the vertical axis, you have your confidence. Yeah, I can do this, right? It's energy, especially neurodivergent people like myself. You know that you have this energy of 1,000 suns, and you know you can do it just when you learn a little bit of information. And then on the horizontal axis, you have competence. This is actually what you know. So put together, when I learn something, my confidence will skyrocket immediately. I don't have a lot of confidence. I don't have a lot of knowledge in that space, but I am all the way up here. And that's when I put my crown on as the king of Mount Stupid, because life will quickly teach you that your confidence was misplaced. You try to apply this. Maybe you've experienced this. I mean, I've got this Uncle Jimmy, and, he's always talking about the next greatest thing. And a while back, I used to always listen in and shut up and take my money because this sounds so great. And then I would learn a little bit, and I was just, let's do this, right? Like if he told me to invest in an alpaca farm because alpaca fur is the next step of evolution in fashion. No. That didn't actually happen, but it's absolutely something that he would say and share with just a little bit of information. I'm like, I can do that. But quickly, you'll find yourself barreling down into this valley, what's known as the Valley of Despair. And as we hit that floor, flatten like a pancake, like Wile E. Coyote. For those of you who are millennials or older, know who Wile E. Coyote is. That is a low. And a lot of us will abandon our endeavor. And believe it or not, there's proof out there. Just look at how many people will jump on fad diets or ridiculous workout routines only to find out that you need time and effort in order to get the desired results. Well, for those of you, as well as myself, who decide to take accountability and, dust yourself off and keep moving forward, we'll find ourselves expanding our knowledge and climbing this hill. It's called the slope of enlightenment. And after repetition and just consistency and tiny bites, I have lost over 100 pounds. I've run a marathon. I have written a book. And I know you can too. See, that's why I'm here today. Even right now, I'm climbing. I'm working on my speaking. I'm working on connecting with individuals. I was told 3 times this week that, Brian, you have a lot of energy. And yes, I do. One of the things that I'm absolutely working on is my communication. Even this week, I was on a leadership call and I was one of the guest speakers and I shared information. And I found out yesterday that one of the individuals that I asked a few questions about said that she wasn't even going to join the call. And she was so thankful that she did because I didn't help her afterwards. I didn't help her on her endeavor. And actually, I really hope I do cross paths with her again so that I can find out her results. But all I did was ask questions and open up her eyes to the opportunities of taking a chance and learning. So today, I'm going to teach you really quickly how to unstuck yourself. It's very simple 3 steps. And whenever I feel overwhelmed, and you're going to hate me because it seems so straightforward. So whenever I'm feeling stuck, overwhelmed, imposter syndrome, now I'll share that for another time. But whenever I'm in that moment, I jump on my ARC. ARC is an acronym that stands for Acknowledge, Review, Kickstart. You see, the moment where we feel overwhelmed, there's that fight or flight, but a lot of times we freeze. We don't know what to do. In that moment, it's actually a result of all of our past experiences, whether it's directly or indirectly. But like this flood, it just kind of engulfs us. And it's always this negative highlight reel. And you can't stop it. And what I have to do is I need to acknowledge it. And so I say, okay, I'm here. I need to go from out here to back in here. I'm here. Let me acknowledge these feelings. And I will identify what triggered them. Say, yes, this is how I'm feeling. But this is only a finite piece of my story. And now it's time to move on to the next step. But before you do, a lot of times it's like, all right, you can use rapid acceptance. You could use grounding. You can use breathing techniques. There's all sorts of things just to bring yourself from out there or even into the unknown back into yourself. Once you do, that's when the magic happens, because now we're inside, worried about the future no more. But what we're looking for is the wins. So this is where you review the journey. Like, for instance, I'm just walk you through. Right now, I'm super nervous. I'm sweating. You can't see it, but I am. My stomach is in knots. I started a podcast. I started a lot of this over a year ago. And I put myself into today on purpose because I want to fail forward. And hopefully you're getting value from this. But what I now look back at is I've released 43 episodes of Bad Day Excellence podcast. I have written that book. I have had so many conversations with individuals. I was invited to speak earlier this week. I now are high-fiving or back patting all of this amazing journey to now. And that moment, that helps unstuck you. Imagine it's like goof off. All of a sudden, all that paste or whatever that's keeping you in that moment, or maybe you were stuck in the mud and you're being sprayed down. That's the moment that review helps you get unstuck. And then now what we have to do is kickstart your momentum again. And the kickstart step is very, very simple. What is one super bite-size action that you could do that moves you forward? Not leaps and bounds, but something that you can do immediately within the next 2 to 3 minutes. Like, for instance, public speaking or recording a video or going for a walk to the stop sign and back. It doesn't matter. What can you do right now? If I were to ask my son, hey, are you fast? He wouldn't say yes. He would show me. And so tackle it like a toddler. Because when you do, when you lean into the next action, you build the momentum. Momentum is always before success, even in the dictionary. So build it. Now, that's my system. ARK, acknowledge, review, and kickstart. If you are interested in learning more about leadership or how to manage life or decompress after work, create boundaries, and live a fulfilled life, hit the follow button. And if you want to grow with others, I'd really like you to invite someone to next week's leadership lunch break, because, this space, this is something that I want to share this message. I want to continue to iterate. Next week, I'm going to do 3 questions that build trust on your team. I'm in my own coaching sessions now, learning from others. And every day I progress. Every day I push to failure. And every day I learn something new. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything, please just reach out. Because my mission is to help 9.5 million people. And if I can help you and focus on just one more person, I will get to that goal. And together, we can share our good vibes on people's bad days. Thank you.